So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the only crypto unicorns. Because it's totally within context for me, a grown man, to consider buying unicorn NFTs and making a whole bunch of money off of it. If it's your first time here, my name's Ryan. This is the No Autopilot YouTube channel. My claim to fame is doing deep dives into tokens. Okay, they call me King of Tabs for a reason. Just look at all these suckers. Okay, I try and do some good research for you guys. If you want to go ahead and become a Patreon member, link is in the description. One, it allows you to support my work, support the channel. And then two, it allows you to get access to my portfolio and all my moves, which are super interesting. What's up, AA Ron? AA Ron's in the chat. Of course, this is not financial advice. I'm just some dude on the internet who always wears the same jacket in every single video for no apparent reason. Anything you hear, take with a grain of salt. Make sure you do your own research prior to go ahead piling in your own money into something. But with all that said, let's talk about crypto unicorns. Why not? Why not? So, blowing you away right off the bat with this chart. But in essence, crypto unicorn is a digital pet collecting and farming game built on the blockchain. Okay, the little unicorns are going to have different traits. You're going to use strategies amongst them to go ahead and beat your competitors and earn native tokens. There's genetics at play here, so you're able to breed these little unicorns to go ahead and get some stronger, more powerful unicorns. Again, we talked about some of the stats: power score, speed score, endurance score, intelligence score. You can have the baddest, buffest, meanest unicorn in all of crypto unicorns. They're also going to back this thing up with a marketplace. So if you want to sell your NFTs, you want to kind of power farm strong unicorns and flip them on the market for a profit, there's an ecosystem and an economy to go ahead and do that. There's also aspects of land NFTs that allow you to unlock refreshes, recharge, perks, benefits, boosts, all those great things. And then with your little unicorns, as they go and they do their little tasks throughout the day, of course, they're going to have to recharge. And unicorns recharge by eating delicious fruit and desserts and hamburgers. So I think the big thing to take away from here is, one, the art is stellar. It's super great. Two, it's very apparent that they've put a lot of forethought into the economy and kind of the flow of capital in and around the ecosystem. So definitely really, really interesting to watch. Now, market potential. Why do we care? $23 billion right now across GameFi and the metaverse. And Crypto Unicorns is trying to go ahead and capture a piece of that pie. I think everyone is kind of targeting that next Axie Infinity, Axie Infinity version 2. And why the hell not? Why can't Crypto Unicorns be that next up and comer? Now, the first stop, when we go ahead, we do some alpha on looking at investing in these projects. We want to look at the founding team. And the reason for that is we're trying to see if it's a cash grab and we're trying to see if it's a scam. If you see business people creating projects, if you see people without blockchain experience creating projects, see folks without game experience creating games, might be a bad sign. Good news here. We have Aaron, CEO, co-founder of Laguna Games. That's the current game developer behind this project, based out of California. He also is currently managing director of Codex Venture Partners, as well as First Foundry, which is another venture studio based in the United States. One thing that I thought was cool is in the First Foundry work that he's done, he's sponsored a couple projects like Forte that we've covered on this channel in detail. And they are all kind of burgeoning, cutting-edge GameFi games or infrastructure pieces. So Aaron seems legit. So here's Kodak Venture Partners. You can scroll down. You can see some of the things that they've invested in. Again, Forte is the one that really stood out to me as cutting edge. First Foundry, again, is the other project they went and put together, and they list some of their work for Forte as well. Now, the next stop You don't want to just look at the top guy. You want to look at a couple people, right? You want to look at a couple people. And so I pulled up their CTO, co-founder and CTO, Steven Garcia, who's obviously also employed at Laguna Games. It looks like his experience in working with Aaron started around Beyond Games, which was a gaming studio that Aaron created, and Steven at the time held the role of technical director. So these folks have worked together before. Cool. The next thing we want to take a look at is some AMAs. We're trying to get a sense of the founder, the passion, the energy, innovation, all that good stuff. They have this AMA listed on Twitch. I listened to the entire thing. And I think, my main takeaways is Aaron knows what the hell he's talking about. Super sharp. And the forethought that they put into in creating the game, kind of with a minimum viable product right now, but then bolting on additional complexity and layers to keep it interesting and fun, keep people making money, stuck in the system, is really there. They've done a lot. Now, that founding team went ahead and they've actually lured in some venture capital funds. So this is back in, what is this? October 15th, $5 million seed round from Bitcraft Ventures and Delphi Digital and a few others. I have a lot of respect for Delphi Digital. There's a couple projects that we've covered on this channel that they've been a part of. Polemos, DAO, GuildFi is one of them that comes to mind. So that's awesome to see as well. In addition to that, they have a bunch of DAO partnerships. So you have Yield Guild Games, Southeast Asia Division, Merit Circle, GuildFi. And pretty much what that means to me is they're almost locked and loaded to have a player base jump in and start playing this game soon after launch. Awesome. So let's look at the tokenomics. So in looking at the alpha of these things, understanding the economy and the tokenomics is really important because it allows you to kind of see into the future a little bit on what the future of the protocol is going to look like. So for crypto unicorns, 2 tokens is what they have. First one's going to be RBW, the rainbow token, of course. Now, for the RBW, you're going to be able to stake it, use it for DAO governance, purchase items and boosts from the marketplace, breed and evolve your unicorns, pay entry fees into some mini games that they're launching later this year, like jousting, racing, and battle tournaments, as well as it sends a portion of proceeds to their treasury wallet, which is right here, in case you're curious. The other token, Unum, is used for breeding and evolution, and it's earned solely from in-game gameplay. And when it's used, a portion of it's going to be burnt and removed from supply. So think about it as like the small love potion of Axie Infinity. It's like the 1-to-1 comparison. Okay, so with RBW being the main token that we want to pay attention to, looks like there's going to be 1 billion total supply with an initial circulating supply of 50 million. And you're probably wondering, hey, why is there initial circulating supply? And the answer to that is because this thing is not yet launched. They're going through a copper launch today to go ahead and get the public round funded for this protocol. So if we scroll down a little bit, we could see the distribution of the tokens, the vesting schedule. So let's look at the investors first. And this is also really important because you're trying to see if the investors are trying to rug the founders and if the founders are trying to rug you. Okay, so like understanding what these locks look like is really, really important. So for the investors, again, they raised about $5 million in Q3 2021. They have a 1-year cliff, meaning they have access to no tokens for 1 year's time. And then after that, they go ahead and they get a 24-month linear unlock, which means every single month that goes by after those 2 years, they get an unlock. Now for the public sale, it's going to be a total of 4% of the token, and that's going to have an instant unlock. So as soon as you buy it, you're going to be able to sell it if you want. Now this is interesting to call out here, but they have a community airdrop. So if you go ahead and you participate in the public sale and you own some of the RBW tokens, they're going to do an airdrop of about 10 million tokens on all those hodlers. What we got in the chat? Yo! We'll catch the intro when it gets reposted. For sure, brother. No sweat. So again, we looked at the unlock schedule. One thing to keep in mind here, so they do have staking that went live today in alignment with their Copper launch. And there's benefits if you go ahead, you lock in your tokens for 3 months, 1 month, 6 months, 12 months. And so these are the tokens that they're kind of earmarking for that purpose. I think if you're going to go ahead and participate in that kind of big brain idea here, and I could be wrong, I think maybe that 9 month might be the sweet spot. Because if you go ahead, you lock it up for 12 months, although you're going to get the maximum amount of returns on your staking, your unlock is going to happen right when the investor's initial unlock also happens. And all the other folks who staked for the 12-month time period, those tokens are also unlocked. So I think that 12-month might have a little bit of a downward pressure, but if you play 9-month or 6-month, you know, you can have your cake and you can eat it too without getting rocked. Oh, sweet. So we kind of covered this already. That's the vesting schedule for the token. Now, one thing that stood out to me, I've mentioned Miko on the channel a few times, managing partner of a venture capital firm, early backer of Yield Games, and a few other crypto protocols. He had this tweet come out, in essence, talking about the vesting schedule and token unlocks for these up-and-coming projects. And typically, for something to go ahead and hit $1 billion valuation, it takes around 4 years, more likely than not. So when you look at these vesting schedules, I think a question has to be asked, why is it a 1-year lock and a 2-year vesting? Why isn't it longer? There could be some strategy behind that, but I think I would want to try and understand, as Miko kind of shares here, why do they feel that their protocol is going to be able to attain this level of success faster than all their competitors in the space? Now we touched on staking. Again, I think the play here would likely to be go ahead and stake it for 6 months. So you're not getting wrecked at that 12-month unlock of the investor team, as well as all the other folks who invested at the 12-month period. I do have this thing pulled up on play to earn, and we can see, so this blue line at the top, this shows their social media score year to date, and the average score for this thing at the bottom. And pretty much throughout the year, it has held a pretty high social score. And I think with some of their backers, with some of their partnerships, artwork, team, tokenomics, all that kind of making sense, this has the potential to be a very, very solid play to earn game. 100%. So what else we got? So we look at potential triggers, pumps. So again, I think you have to keep in mind the unlock schedules. So those early backers from the public sale, community airdrop, they're going to be instantly unlocked. So there may be some immediate downward pressure on the token once it gets listed. But after a few months, I think it'll probably go ahead and stabilize. And then if you go ahead and you try and target flipping this thing from 6 months to 9 months, pretty much prior to that 1 month or that 1 year unlock, I think you're going to be doing pretty well all right for yourself. Roadmap. So we just kind of wrapped up these here. They had their phase 3 land sale. They have their public sale that's going on today, starting in a couple hours, actually. And then again, they have that RBW airdrop for everyone who participated in that public sale. After that, in March, that's when the game's actually going to be going live. So this thing's going to get right off the ground. And I would bet that they're probably going to have a central exchange listing in March also for people who want to buy the token and participate in the game, as well as a DEX offering too. In Q2, so that's January, February, March, April, May, June. So April, May, June, they're looking at adding jousting and neighborhoods. Q3 is racing, and Q4 is team RPG. So other game elements layering into the project. Now, we've talked about on this channel a ton how it kind of sucks to be a US citizen sometimes when it comes to crypto listings and IDOs, because KYC, know your customer requirements, kind of block you out of it. a lot of the times. This one is interesting. So it is on Copper Launch on the Polygon network. Make sure you switch that over when you hop on there. I haven't seen just yet if this blocks US residents, but I have seen other Copper Launch projects not block us. So this may be one of the rare ones that as a US citizen, you may still be able to participate in. And again, we touched on the exchanges, but there's a handful of different exchanges this thing will likely be listed to. Based on some of their backers and their networks within Asia, I would suppose that KuCoin and Gate.io, Huboy will probably be some of the initial exchanges listing this token. In addition, in this AMA, they went ahead and they mentioned that they have a partnership with with Axie Infinity to go ahead and use some of the technology and resources that they have to track unicorn traits and breeding and probabilities and stats. They've also went ahead and they've mentioned NFT delegation. So, there's two types of investors in these type of things. People who have a lot of money, but no time. That's probably me and you. People who have a lot of time, but no money. That's the folks who are playing these games and earning more than the local school teachers. And so the cool thing for us is you'll be able to purchase NFTs and use this delegation system within Crypto Unicorns to lease your NFT to a scholar within the Crypto Unicorn system to play, earn rewards. They earn rewards and allows those kind of passive assets to be active. So super smart. I like that. And then wrapping this thing up, when we look at potential pumps and triggers, I think there's two ways to make a lot of money in these GameFi projects. One is to be early. So be in the mass public round, be in some of these bootstrapping pools. How this goes ahead and it works, the price starts out around here. But anyone who buys this token is also able to sell it. So over the course of a couple days, you're going to have a period where the token goes ahead and kind of settles around a price, right? So you don't want to buy all of your tokens right here at the jump. You probably want a dollar cost average over the span of the couple day bootstrapping period. But then once it goes ahead and lists on the public, my estimation would be a very simple 10x or more on this project, with a lot of potential for future growth based on, again, the game looks fun, the art looks great, the team is very well seasoned, as well as they got some solid backers out there in the space. So I think that could go ahead and that could be a huge boon. I think the other way to go ahead and make money on these things is to actually be a positive contributing member to the community. So this protocol is early. If you join the Discord, you share feedback, you help people, you maybe become a moderator, those type of things, I think that could also pay off for you quite a bit. But there you have it. I am likely to go ahead and participate in this bootstrapping pool. One, because I need to do some research on Copper Launch. I've never participated in it before, and folks keep bringing it up on the channel. And then two, I believe in the project. I believe in the project enough to go ahead and likely get a 10x off of my investment. I'm not going to put a massive amount of my portfolio into this thing, but I'm definitely going to go ahead and dip my pinky toe or something, right? Just to kind of check the waters and see what happens. But there you have it. There's my review of Crypto Unicorns. Let me know what you think down below. Did I miss anything? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you both? And yeah, there you go.